Hi everybody, I'm back with my bi-weekly budgeting video for my paycheck from October the 9th. Today's actually October the 10th, but not like one day is going to make that big of a difference. Something that will make a bit of a difference is that I did sort of my weekly errands and shopping and whatnot before I did my budget, which is not the way I normally do things, but it was just a timing issue. I had to get out to the stores. They close early today because in Canada it is Thanksgiving long weekend. Yay, Thanksgiving. But it means everything was closing at 5 and it's my day off. So I slept in, was kind of puttering around, and then all of a sudden realized that, oh yeah, this place I need to get to is going to close. And I just didn't want to take the time to do the budgeting first and stress myself out about getting there. In the end, I ended up there plenty of time. So I probably would have been okay, but you live and learn. So because of that, you'll see some of my things don't get budgeted out like normal because I've already bought them. And it also means my starting balance is kind of wonky. The whole thing's kind of wonky, but it's fine. So the first thing I do, like always, is take out half of my rent so I don't accidentally spend it. And then my line of credit payment, which is the all-important, must happen no matter what. I will go without food so that I can make this payment. It's very dramatic, isn't it? 705. Student loans. Making student loans. I was gonna say again, but I've been making them the entire time. But now they actually like count. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm making them on time, if the schedule is okay. I've had very little communication from the National Student Loan Service Center, which is the organization or company or cult, whatever you want to call it, that deals with student loans in Canada. They're horrible. They're absolutely horrible. 64 for my sinking fund for my tenant insurance. Now, I don't know if you saw the video from 2 weeks ago from my last paycheck, but my Norton antivirus that I thought wasn't going to be due until like the 25th actually went out. Well, not went out, it charged onto my Visa on the 20th. So last week I was putting a payment into the sinking fund to be able to pay that off. Is this making any sense? I hope it's making sense. And then this week that payment is going to be going towards, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I have a cat meowing at me and another fruit fly buzzing around my head. Seriously, every time I film, every time. Okay, so what I was trying to say, let me just flip it over and show you. Where was it? So here, Norton. I was paying $42 on my Norton sinking fund last week, and then I took all the money that I had saved in it and put it directly onto the Visa card that I was paying off, or not that I was paying off, but that Norton charged onto. Is this making sense? I would start the video over if I hadn't already written things. This is crazy. But so now that Norton is funded, the $42 is going to be going towards debt repayment of the line of credit, as well as the $60 that I was initially putting aside for the sinking fund for my WordPress account. This is where all this is leading to, is that I have extra line of credit payments and I wanted to explain them. It was so much more convoluted than it needed to be. Oh gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. Okay, and I've been doing math in my head up until this point, but we're going to stop that nonsense now because, yeah, you can't rely on my brain. Obviously, considering how much I'm getting distracted by cats and fruit flies. And I know I make it sound like I have some kind of infestation of fruit flies. I swear I don't. I just brought produce home from the grocery store and I'm pretty sure one of them hitched a ride. That's all it is, I promise. So yeah, $64 to my tenant insurance. And then $60 is an extra line of credit payment. Is it still in frame? I don't know, I can't tell. That's leaving me with $531.47. And then another extra line of credit payment. Now you may be wondering, why don't I just lump them all together and do one line of like $102 extra line of credit payment. And it's, I don't know. I mean, I guess that makes more sense, but I'm a really visual person, and I like remembering why I'm able to make those extra payments and sort of breaking them down. I even do it when I actually make the payments on my banking app. I go in and I do them one by one. So I'll do this line of credit payment, and then I'll go and do this line of credit payment, and then I'll go and do this one, so that when I'm looking back at a previous month's statement, it's not all just one big lump sum, but it's actually divided out into the separate payments. And then if I need to, I can figure out, well, where the hell did that money come from? It just helps me. We're just gonna go with that. Okay, my Visa is terrifying me. It was up high, but it was because the Norton antivirus had gone on it, the payment and things like that. And because I had the sinking fund money for that, I was getting it back down, and it wasn't really that high. And then I don't know what happened this past 2 weeks. Like, here I was sort of thinking, like, don't use the Visa too much, you'll get it down, it'll be fine, so that by the time the line of credit is paid off, I'm not now having to deal with a huge Visa bill. I do not like my Visa really being over 200 if I can help it, but losing that part-time job, I don't have that buffer of that additional paycheck anymore. And so there's a lot of times where in between one paycheck and the next, if I need to buy food, or usually it's gas. I can handle just being hungry, that's fine, but I need gas in the vehicle to get to work. So, you know, what are you gonna do? If you don't have the money, you use the Visa card, and it pains me to my soul, but it just is what it is right now. So right now the Visa card is sitting at like $500, and I really wish I could make a bigger payment than this $100 to it, but I'm also leery about making that mistake that a lot of people do, and I've done it myself, where I make too high of payments onto things that I owe money to, so like visas or line of credits or whatever, and then I'm having to use them because I didn't leave enough money to get me through until the next paycheck. It's a tricky balance. So I'm doing $200 for gas for the vehicle. Let's hope gas prices are in my favor. Do you love how I'm using the calculator after I have written down the math? Yeah. Why is it there? And then food. I'm only budgeting $80 for food because one of the errands that I was doing today before I sat down and I did my budget was grocery shopping, because I was already out and doing stuff. So I really only have to budget for 1 week, and I don't generally spend $80 in a week, I don't think, unless it happens to be one of those shopping trips where you seem to be having to buy all of your staples at one time. I live mostly on fruits and vegetables because I don't like to cook, and that's really kind of it. I don't like to cook. I'm trying to lose weight. Somewhere in my brain that has turned into I mostly eat fruits and vegetables. So my grocery shopping every week is getting fresh produce and then maybe milk or bread, because I'm not gonna lie, I can't give up peanut butter. It's just not gonna happen. Or bread. Carbs are like my favorite food, even though they're pretty much evil. So I generally happen to have like a peanut butter sandwich or like a piece of toast with peanut butter on it for like my dinner or something. Do not take food advice from me. Not a healthy human. But yeah, so I'm putting $80 towards food. I really want to put more money from that little buffer onto my Visa card, but like I said, I'm nervous about it. I have things like I had frozen my bank account. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys. I had frozen my gym membership for 3 months because of the pandemic. I can't go into the building because I work with seniors, and there's no way my work will clear me for going into a building of sweating people. And so my gym was really great, and they froze it for 3 months, and I cannot remember if it's supposed to reinstate this month or next month, and I keep forgetting to email them to tell them that I need to freeze it for another 3 months. So I'm not sure if a payment's going to magically be yanked out of my bank account or not. I really need to email them today. But yeah, so I need the buffer in there because I'm not sure. But I mean, I know $80 for food, and of course that's like food and etc. for me. That includes other stuff. but I've already bought the cat food. Like I said, my groceries for this week. I had to buy a new pair of shoes for work. And I know you're like, yeah, right, you had to buy shoes for work, sure. But I get away with wearing Converse at work, and I'm in a business-to-business casual dress environment, and it's only because I'm pretty damn good at my job that I can kind of get away with it, but eventually I will not be able to get away with it. And the sort of more appropriate shoes that I had for work before are not comfortable. Like, they hurt my feet, and I'm just not all about that life of like, hey, they look good, so screw it if you're in pain. No. I want comfort, hence my Converse. But I applied for a higher level position, and you know that whole thing about dress for the job you want, not the one you have. I figure I can't change my whole wardrobe, but my wardrobe is within guidelines for what I need for work. But the shoes maybe needed to change. So luckily for me, the shoes I wanted were on sale, and I had a gift card for the store. So they were originally $90, and I paid like 20 something for them because of that gift card. Thank all the universe for that gift card. So that really helped. But despite that, it is still an extra expense I didn't really want. Plus cat food. Why is cat food so expensive? I mean, he's worth it, don't get me wrong, but eesh, if he would just eat tuna, I'd buy him a bunch of tuna. And now I'm rambling. Sorry, you guys, this is probably going to end up being longer than anybody needs it to be. But here is my budget for the paycheck from yesterday. I'm really happy, actually, about this extra line of credit payment, the one that was originally going into the sinking fund for the Norton antivirus, because that charge went onto my credit card early. And so I'm not, like, normally this week, I think it was this week, I thought that I would have also been putting this into the sinking fund for that, but obviously I'm not, which means I'm making an additional extra payment onto the line of credit a paycheck earlier than what I had anticipated, which means the entire thing will be paid off like that little bit quicker. So that's nice, right? Well, it is for me. But yeah, so there we go. Not super interesting. This is better. I mean, it could have been double digits before the decimal, and I'd be feeling even more nervous. I mean, it's pretty damn close, but we're just going to ignore that and hope that the next 2 weeks go well. Last 2 weeks was kind of crazy. My toilet broke, and so then I was back and forth to Canadian Tire buying parts, taking them back, having to take them back because they were the wrong size. Yeah, it was crazy. In the end, I fixed it, so, you know, yay me for home maintenance repair, I guess. But it was sort of an additional expense I was not anticipating. But I guess maybe my additional expense for this paycheck has already been done because I bought the shoes. I don't know. I'm going to go with that. And I really will stop rambling now. I hope you guys have a really great week. Well, 2 weeks, really, because I don't know if I'll be able to make a video before my next paycheck. If you are in Canada, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great one. It'll be weird compared to all the previous years, I'm sure, but it can still be great. So do your best to make it great. And yeah, I guess figure out what you're thankful for. And for anybody who's not in Canada and it is not your Thanksgiving, well, happy weekend. I don't know. Have a great one. You probably don't have a long weekend like people here do and are not anticipating stat pay, which I am because I work on the stat, which is the Monday, and I would much rather work it than have it randomly off because I'm the only one from my family that lives out here, so I would just be sitting at home doing nothing anyway, so I would much rather the stat pay to help me on my next paycheck. So yeah, have a great one, you guys. Enjoy wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whomever you're going to be seeing over the next couple weeks. Hope your weather holds out for you. And yeah, cheers. Talk to you in 2 weeks. Bye.